Hello everyone, this is FilibusterFox, and this is my first game of Dominion. I'm using the recording, I'm not doing this live. I thought that would be a little too difficult. But I want to cover a few things before I unpause the recording and let it get going. First, you'll notice that you start in a different position with Dominion, which is, for those who don't know, the new game mode in League of Legends. Currently it's in limited beta testing, so there are certain windows open every couple of days for you to get in there until there's server stability. You start with 1375 gold as opposed to 475 gold, and you start at level 3, so you can get your 3 main powers or level up when your powers to 3 or what have you. So I'm going to go ahead and start now that I've covered that before spending stuff. Now, the basic layout of the map is this giant ring going around the whole level here. Let's just get a good scrolling going. There we go. Alright, and there are these 5 towers along this ring that are capturable by either side. They don't attack initially, but when you do get them, they're quite nice towers, but they won't attack if a champion is trying to capture them. You can right-click on them to kind of channel a capture, which will show kind of like a clock on here with the team color. Sorry, I have some allergy problems this morning, so I may occasionally have to take a quick break. But anyways, it'll show the progress on a clock around the tower there. And as long as someone's channeling it, won't be shooting. Minions damaging it will also slowly convert it to your side. I'm going to go ahead and close those. Other of note, there are these speed boosts buffs that are, you just walk through it, you get it. There are health buffs that regenerate every once in a while. It's like a power-up, basically. And in the middle there are 2 buffs, one for each team. The other team can't steal it, where you get a supersize and shield and stuff like that. Now, we started out sending 1 down and 4 to the top. The meta in this hasn't really developed that well yet. The team I'm playing with has played a couple. This was my first one. So this is not exactly my best performance, but I am showing it to you to show you what Dominion is and the things I've learned in the 5 extra games I've played since. Just barely survived there. I got pretty lucky there fighting that. Ignite didn't last any longer. A little bit of action. Now, Dominion is very action-oriented. It's all about having the champions get into fights over these towers. Now, there are situations where being in these team fights is less than good. You really want to be capturing the towers more so than actually engaging the enemy whenever possible. I mean, engaging the enemy is useful because you are killing them and getting them off the map, but it's important to control the points more. Up at the top, you see this ticker thing with the health of the enemy nexus, 500 and 500. The more towers you control, the faster it goes down. Now, notably, LOL Replay is not updating this at all. I see all 5 towers are still neutral, both for 500, 500. So that's going to be a bit of an issue with this. I'm going to have to see if a new update for the LOL Replay will fix this, because that's going to be an issue. But just pretend that's ticking down. When you control more towers, the enemy is going to be losing points faster than you will. I don't know the details of if, you know, it's a tie, do both people lose at the same rate, or does no one lose at all, or the deal with that, like that. In testing, I think the longest games they found were about 25 minutes. So these games are much faster. They're easier to commentate, at least for the sake of time constraints. It'd be much easier to make a YouTube video of this than it is for a full game of Summoner's Rift. Now, pushing minions isn't the most effective thing to do. You don't want to be farming. This is something I was kind of doing silly. I wanted to kind of get those guys pushing to hit that tower, but a little force isn't going to do anything its own. The only real use minions are is in the case that they are defending the tower. You can force a team fight basically while the minions are hitting the tower. That way you can still be capturing the tower despite it being defended. And that's about the only use I've found for the minions so far. Once again, I'll put that in a different way just in case I didn't explain that very clearly. So say I'm defending this point right here. They can't actually capture it while I'm there because I can just damage them and interrupt it. I got a little out of position there. I need to go interrupt that. There we go. And then the tower will start shooting him again. He has a few second delay before he can actually start channeling again, so he's going to take tower hits. But those minions will be disabling the tower without the heroes having to do anything about it. So that is a situation in which if there is a defender, having those minions there and then attacking the defender will let the minions attack the tower while you are able to engage your opponent. I see that the tickets are going down. Oh, that's kind of interesting. Maybe it starts delayed. It doesn't start going till the 5-minute mark or something. I don't know. I'll have to pay attention next time I play. Oop. Bit of lag there. Thank you, Fraps. Alright. Quality of the game notwithstanding, keep in mind this is very, very new. This is the second time it's been in pretty much limited open beta. And no one really knows what they're doing yet. It's pretty much just a crapshoot for the most part. My team wasn't on Vent or Skype or anything, so we had no communication. It's very hard to type in this fast-paced environment. And I feel like I need to talk a little louder because the game sounds are getting a little loud. I got there a bit late to be helpful, but I did capture that tower there, so it works out, I suppose. So the basic principles I've discovered during this is movement speed is pretty important in this. The faster you move, the faster you can backdoor towers, which is a lot more effective in this since one person can backdoor tower without minions pretty quickly. And if they're delayed in a team fight and you know where they are, if you can have 3 people tying up all 5 of theirs, that's 2 free towers essentially. As he's saying, he's never been level 18 in Dominion. It's very hard to get to level 18 because the game is so fast-paced. Yeah, Cho, I still don't think Cho is quite the best choice for Dominion. Now, he's fine, but he's not the best choice per se because of the feast stacking. It takes so much cooldown to build up those stacks, and if you do die, you lose that cooldown. It takes you longer to build it back up. You're losing a lot of potential there. Conversely, he's inherently tanky, and if you build up AP, you've got some pretty good ratios. You got 100% ratio on the Rupture, pretty low ratio. That looks like about 40%, and about 80% on the Scream, and again on the Feast. But so you could like rush Rod of Ages, go for the quick AP, and have some advantages there by just doing damage, because everyone gets a buff here, Crystal Scar Aura, which gives you 50% armor pen, 5% magic pen, increased mana regeneration, extra experience, passive, and reduced healing. So it very much encourages getting kills. It's very hard to be tanky and get healed by support, which potentially reduces the viability of traditional support like Soraka as a heal bot because the heals are less effective. But you get that extra penetration against armor and such like that, which reduces tank's capabilities anyways. It's really about dealing damage quickly and having enough tank to actually stand up to it. Some good performers that I've seen are Rammus, because of the extra movement speed from his buff gets him around. Janna might actually have potential because she's got the CC as opposed to healing. And, oh, the tower just barely stayed up there. And she's got that inherent movement speed, and that sort of thing should help quite well with getting around and taking these towers behind people. Aurelia seems to do pretty well. Renekton, the natural tanky DPSs that everyone likes. And it's a fairly new meta. It's hard to predict who's going to be really effective. Evelynn and Twitch seem to be a little more effective than they are in regular play, despite Oracles only being 250. Again, I haven't seen anyone actually buy one yet, but I've only played one game with a Stealther, other than Akali. Akali seems to do pretty well. Udyr is always a good choice. It seems like the champions who are good at Twisted Tree Line would be good choices for this, for the most part. Simply because of the similar style. Udyr getting a nice little backdoor here. Demacia, indeed.